Having technical difficulties. Well, that's why I did this when I did. That's why. Hey, DJ Tags, I've been meaning to get a hold of you. I can't get into that deal that you sent me. I had my first live interrupted here, so it took a couple 3-4 minutes to get back online here. There we go. There's good old Greg. Biengo? I can't pronounce names for nothing. Biengo, 123. Hello, sir. 1,000th ghost. Hey. How are we today, sir? Yeah, I got interrupted here. Well, we are just trying a live out. I tried it a few minutes ago and it was going good, and then I tried to adjust something on the camera and then it all went haywire. So we're back, but that's why this is a trial run. I want a trouble bubble. What's a trouble bubble? I'm not familiar with that. I don't even want to attempt to try to look it up on the computer here because I don't want any glitches again. So you'll have to tell me what that is, Jeremy. Flight pod. The hell's a flight pod? I don't know what that is. Get my pre-orders for Cobra Infantry Troopers. Oh, you did? Awesome. How many did you get? How many of those Cobra Infantry Troopers? Would be like a Thunder tank size. Oh, okay. Classified vehicles come out. Yeah. We were talking about the classified. If they came out with the vehicles, and I think if they did, I think they'd be really popular. I've seen some videos on YouTube here that 6 more. That's awesome. Infantry troopers. That's a nice little army. I've seen some videos on GI Joe vehicles, and they do fantastic. So I'm sure in the community, if people would buy them up, especially if we could put these classified series. And my friend Ben, he sent me a picture. He went out and he found Gung Ho and Roadblock, because he wanted to see what all the fuss was when it came to GI Joes, and he sat them up against I think a black series, and he's like, I thought these were supposed to be 6-inch, and the GI Joes looked so huge next to Luke Skywalker. And so I guess I haven't done my massive unboxing yet of all my classified, so I haven't been able to really see them up on the shelf. I do have my Cobra Commander, and I got one of my favorites here, so I guess let's see what he looks like against the Big Lebowski Thor here. That's not bad. Maybe it was just small. Yeah, I mean they scale up. I don't have I'm not seeing a black series in reaching distance, but yeah, he showed me a picture with one of his new GI Joes, and they seemed like the GI Joes seemed way bigger. Gung Ho and Roadblock, awesome. Yeah, the twins. I remember them. The was it the Crimson Twins? Is that what they were referred to? I always called them the twins. Peg warmers. Yeah, I hope to see. I hope that they come out with a 2-pack, and they come out and they show up at Walgreens and Walmart and Target, and they have nothing to do with exclusives. But we're always going to get exclusives. They've been doing that. They've been doing exclusive stuff in stores for decades, and it's not that bad if we get enough of them. I mean, fine, make a deal with Target or Walmart or whomever to do an exclusive, but make sure that there's an abundance of them, in the future. And I know of all the issues and stuff that have happened where whatever the combination of reasons are that we're not getting very many of them. But hopefully, I just got the bad guys and snake eyes. That's it. Joe's very in height. Yeah, Yeah, like I said, I haven't taken them all out of the packages because I want to do a video with it, and I have this shelf that stands, I don't know, maybe like 2.5 feet, and I bought it just for the GI Joes, and I want to put that together, and I want to do a massive unboxing. I think everyone would maybe get a kick out of that because I know unboxings are popular types of videos, and then GI Joes are popular types of videos. So if I can do an unboxing of a whole bunch of GI Joes, like I could probably unbox maybe almost 20 of them all at one time, kind of edit it down so you're not watching me like open every box, just kind of taking them out fairly quickly and putting them up on the shelf. I think that would be kind of a cool video to do. Uh, Treebeard's Toy Box. I'm familiar with you. I know who you are. What's up? What's up, sir? That's very cool that you're here. Nice. Thousandth Ghost says I would love to see any GI Joe to be a peg warmer. Yeah, that's how I feel. It's cool. Even the ones that a lot of us have had for a long time, and the ones that we see quite often. It's kind of a weird thing when we see them hanging there, and especially if we don't need them, because it's not very common to walk by a GI Joe on the peg and not grab it. But it's very cool when we see them. Peg warmers. Yeah. The bad guys have been looking way better than the good guys. Are you talking about the GI Joes? I don't know. I can't talk too intelligently about the figures themselves because I haven't gotten them all out of the box yet, because I just haven't had the right place to put them. That's why I want to put that shelf up. But I don't know. I like the look of all of them. It took me a long time to figure out that they're actually based on that, whatever that game is. And I looked that up. Hey Ben, you see that text I just sent you? I didn't know if you were. Yeah, I haven't. No, I didn't see it, bud. What did you find now? What are you teasing me with now, Ben? But I just love being able to have GI Joes in the 6-inch, because I was never a 3 3/4 figure collector. I mean, I had a few Star Wars and GI Joes and stuff like that as a kid, but I didn't even know about this collecting community until like February of 2017. I didn't know what a toy hunt was. I didn't know what a wave was. I didn't know that there was people out there that was hardcore collecting this stuff. So I've learned a lot over the last few years. I have to do a double take when I see them. Yeah, I usually go for the good guys, but all the Cobra figures have been awesome. I agree, Treebeard. It's for what they are. I think that they've done a pretty good job on it, and I think people could be a little more uh, critical on them if the critical part wasn't so focused on hard to find. The whole topic of not being able to find these and not having enough distribution. I think if they were an abundance and everybody was able to find them easy, and then I think that people would be a little more critical on them. But I think it's really focused on a lot of the hard to find subject when it comes to the classifieds. New Marvel Select Hulk that came out today. Did you find that, Ben? Did you find that? I've called and I've stopped at the comic book store that we went to, and they hadn't gotten it yet. But I do want to get that. Kristen, my ride or die chick, was going to get me the 2-pack. Was it the 80th anniversary? Yeah, of Wolverine and the Hulk. It's like the definitive Hulk Marvel Legend. She's going to get that for me for my birthday this coming weekend. But I kind of want to get that select one because it looks like a little better figure. If I find it, I'm going to get it. Yep, there was 4 of them at my comic book store. You son of a... I should have never got you into collecting these 6-inch figures. Now you're finding all these figures that I want. The level of detail Kelt Rock, the level of detail to the classified series is worth all the money. Hasbro did their homework when it came down to the sculpts and color schemes. Yeah, I like them. I'm always, it takes me a while to get critical on a lot of figures because I'm just so jazzed and happy and excited when I get a figure. And for most of my figures, the first few years that I collected them, I I didn't really pose them. I wasn't critical on them. I was just like, I was just collecting them. I'd take them out of the box and I'd set them on the shelf and I'd go, I have it and it looks cool. And so it was more of like a gratitude thing that I was so happy that I had them, that I was like completing a wave or a build a figure. And partly that kind of got me in trouble because I bought a lot of figures that were just dumb, that I just didn't even know who they were, to build build a figure that I didn't even know who that was. I'm not that versed in the comic books and all that stuff. So I don't even know why I was doing it, just because I could, or just to build a figure. I mean, Hasbro's gotten a lot of money out of Joe. The barbecue and shipwreck. I want to see a shipwreck. I am going to redo my top 10 wish list of GI Joes, and I'm still putting all the lists that everybody put, that have been sending in their top 10 figures or top 10 characters they'd like to see come out in the classifieds, and I'm still building a master list, and then whoever's list resembles the list that I put together, you know, whatever characters come up the most will make the master list, and whoever's list resembles that the most, I'm going to do a video talking about that list and that person. And then I have a giveaway for my I'm announcing this now, I guess. For my 2000 sub, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and it's going to have to do with that list and a figure. I can't say anymore right now. I got to talk to my man on Instagram that's going to do a something. That's okay. That's it for that. But it's going to be it's going to be cool, and I'm going to be coming out with that list. But Jason said barbecue and shipwreck. I want to redo my list a little bit, because shipwreck is going to be towards the top of the list, and I already got my quick kick, but I'm still hoping that Classifieds comes out with it. But he's definitely on my list just because of my childhood connection. I'll show that off again. That awesome custom quick kick, and those throwing stars that are actually made out of metal. That's awesome. Came in this beautiful case that he did for me. What are we, backwards? There we go. How about that? Awesome. Yeah, make sure you go and check out Figurehead right there on Instagram. He's got a bunch of customs, and it's figure without the E_head. So make sure you go follow him on Instagram. He does a lot of really good work. A little bit more focused on the Joe retro line. Right on. I haven't seen a whole lot of them out recently either, though. Respect your opinion, but I disagree. Barbecue is the great. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that Quick Kick is the greatest GI Joe. It's just a connection that I had, because I remember that figure. I remember loving martial arts and Bruce Lee, and he reminded me of that. And he had the throwing stars, and I had an older brother that was into throwing stars and nunchucks and stuff. So when I was little, I really kind of gravitated towards that character in the cartoon, and then remembering having that figure, and it was one of the only GI Joe figures that I ever had. So we all have that connection, because a lot of people will say like low light or like barbecue or Crocmaster is like the best or their favorite. And I'm like, huh? Like, for me, because I just don't have any personal connection. So I don't even, a lot of these characters, I don't even remember. I don't know them by name, but it's all subjective, depending on the individual, what experience that you've had. Boy, there's a lot of people in here. Do you have the classified? I do have the classified gung ho. Um, he was one of the only ones that I ordered on Amazon. I think him and that Storm Shadow are two of the ones that I ordered through Amazon. And Amazon sucks when it comes to shipping stuff because the boxes are always jacked up. Um, when I order stuff, I don't know what other people's experiences are with GameStop, but when I've ordered a handful of things through GameStop, and when it comes in the mail, it is wrapped. It's in a big box that's protected. It's pristine, and for people that want to collect them in on card or in the box, I recommend GameStop. I know that some people have gotten stuff from GameStop and the box has been all mashed up, so that left a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to ordering stuff from GameStop. But my experience, GameStop has been really, really good to me when it comes to getting stuff in the mail and it's in good condition. They should come out with how they do with the pop protectors, that big plastic thing, but um, have it surrounding like a 6-inch figure. And if Ben, if you're still in here, look what I found the other day. Oh man, look at that. Oh, thank you. Happy birthday. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want another birthday. But, you know, I'm going to be 29, so that'll be on Sunday. They obviously didn't realize how popular the 6-inch line would be. It seems they know to ramp up production now. I hope so. I hope they just flood. I hope they flood the market because they'll all get bought up. I mean, how many people out there would have, if there was always GI Joes on the pegs, how many would buy, you know, 2 Cobra Commanders and paint one of them or something like that, or keep one in the package and one, you know, to put on the shelf? I mean, they, like I said, they could put 50 classifieds out at Target one morning, and by the end of the day, they'd all be gone, and they could do it again the next day. And they'll get bought up, and I hope they do it too, because so then the scalpers can't be making money on this stuff, and they can go find something else to rip off. I want blowtorch. That would be cool. A little more forward. Let's see. The Duke Retro looks awful. Yeah. There hasn't, none of the classifieds that I have that I looked at was I disappointed, but I didn't have a super frame of reference like in the last couple of years. It's not like I have a whole bunch of the 3 3/4 figures out on a shelf, and then they come out with the 6-inch, and then I look and like, oh, that doesn't look like, you know. I just don't have like a recent frame of reference on a lot of the characters on how they look, but they did base it on that game. So hopefully maybe they'll come out with a bunch more when if the Snake Eyes movie ever comes out. But then we'll probably get a bunch of I don't know how many characters are going to be in that movie, so I can't say they're going to base all the figures on the characters in the movies, because I doubt that there's going to be a big team of GI Joes that they can base it on. But maybe we'll get more of like the cartoon versions. Trippin' Ninja, that's an awesome name. Nathan Bowden, what's up? Looks like he got kicked in the balls. What, Duke? I did his Gabulus. It's really, what is it? Gabulus? Barbecue and Spirit. I would like, yeah, I do remember Spirit, and I'd like to see a classified of him. That would be really cool. Hasbro Pulse needs to step up their game. I got the EB Games pre-ordered. You know, when I talked to Hasbro Pulse, I tried to talk to as many people at Hasbro as I could, and the guy that was in the Hasbro Pulse, the guy that took the phone call anyway, couldn't really tell me very much. He was very secretive, very, very soft spoken, very hesitant to say a whole lot. Big Bag Toy Store. Pile of loot system makes it worth it for me. Yeah. Yeah, I used to be subscribed to those loot boxes, but it started to get crazy. I did that a few years ago, and I got some good shirts. I got some good pops, but they put a lot of garbage in there. They put some like stickers and some key change and stuff that you're just never going to use. But it started to add up. There was like what, 25, 30, $40 a month for each one of those. Even at $20, there's a lot of. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a loot box of GI Joe and one of Marvel Legends and one of Star Wars and all these kinds of things. But they really add up. And I don't need any help spending money because it all goes to these damn figures. Sadly, Pulse seems to ship last. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, DJ Tags. So you have the game. I'm not a gamer. I want to get a PS4 or something at some point so I can play my old school games, my Tony Hawks and Rocky Tekken. And me and Ben back in the day, we used to play Tekken Tag and Tekken. What was it? Tekken 3. What did we used to play? We had a lot of fun playing that. I had a blast. That was back in like 98. You should go back and rewatch the original GI Joe cartoon sometime. I watch it on YouTube sometimes. I don't watch the full thing. I wouldn't mind getting a DVD of the movie where Cobra turns into that snake. I remember that. Adam Abstract, what's up? I just thought barbecue was a real hero because my grandp was a firefighter. See, yeah, you have that connection. That's what's up. I think they will be revealing some of the new movie classified figures at the upcoming Hasbro event. Yeah, that's supposed to be coming up. What is the date on that? That's supposed to be in April, right? I think we'll be getting more Cobra Island exclusives as well, unfortunately. That's fine. If they want to release Cobra Island exclusives, release as many as you want. Just make sure that you release enough of them so people can get them. I mean, I don't have any problem with exclusives as long as we can get our hands on them. Let's see. Has anybody been watching the GI Joe Renegade series on the official YouTube channel? I never saw the series the first time around. I've seen something. There's one that looks really anime, and I've never been a real big fan of anime. But there's one I'll have to look at, see what it's called. But it's not bad. I haven't had the time to actually keep up on it or look it up a lot. But there is an animated show. It might be older, but it looks pretty cool. But it doesn't have the feeling of like the old one that I watched like back in the 80s. 29. Yeah. 29 years old. How rough looking 29. I watch the cartoons with my son. That's awesome. I tried getting I have all the He-Man cartoons on a couple sets of DVDs, and I might have tried doing it too early when my son was a little too. He's 8 now, but I really tried to get him into that. But he's more interested in watching that kid stuff on YouTube and watching people play video games, and it's kind of hard to get. He likes the Batman cartoons and that kind of stuff. I can get him to watch that. My kids like It. They like the first It movie, and they like Stranger Things. Like my daughter, she just turned 6 2 days ago, or no, not 2 days ago, last week. My bad. And she'll watch Stranger Things on a loop. Loves that show. Yeah, they don't put out enough. Cartoon is on Tubi. April 11th. All right. The Hasbro Pulse event. Is that a fans first? The Hasbro Pulse is going to be on April 11th. Says Mr. DJ Tags. You got to get a hold of me, or I got to get a hold of you so we can figure out that music thing, because I can't get into it. There's certain things on the computer that I can edit and I can upload stuff on YouTube with my eyes closed, but when it comes to downloading certain things or going into zip files, and I don't know. $42 Treebeard's Toy Box 42 here. Still looking for wave 2 of the Motu. I can't even off the top of my head. I don't know what was Stratos in wave 2. I found another Hordak that I'm going to paint, highlight. Was Ninjor? No, I think this is Wave. Ninjor and Stratos and Hordak and Triclops. Those are all Wave 3, right? I found those. But that's just because I go into the stores like almost every day. Yesterday, I went into the same Target twice. I found the Super Shredder Shadow Master, which is the same Super Shredder that I got in the mail from my friend Ben. It's just like a little darker color, but the box looks cool, so I might just keep them in there. But that they like put that out at like 11:30 in the morning, so it wasn't like an overnight thing. So you just never know. Still watch the old Joe episodes that stream Hasbro YouTube channel. Oh, is there? I didn't even know that there was a Hasbro YouTube channel. That's crazy. They like it. That yeah. They're not crazy about the second one. I took them to the theater for the second one. I think I got a few side-eyed glances maybe from other people because I had 2 kids in there, but they weren't crazy about the second one. But they liked the first one because I think it had all the kids and everything. That movie is terrifying to me as an adult. Ken C, how's things? They're good. I'm just trying out my first live stream. I might have to rearrange some things on the desk to do it. I'm just using my phone because I don't have a streaming thing for my actual camera. And I wanted to try it out just kind of in the middle of the day. I didn't think I was going to get this many people on here. It's nerve-wracking when you first do this, so I'm just trying it out and seeing how it goes. And had one little glitch earlier when I first went online, but I think I know how to avoid that in the future. But things are good. Staying busy. Should have a video out. I think I have it set for 4:45 today. I'm just talking about some figures and that sort of thing. So my daughter's birthday today. Oh, she's turning 14, but unfortunately she could care less about the FLC. Wah, wah. That's all right. How many 14-year-old girls would, you know? I'm not looking forward to my daughter being 14 because she's already sassy and has an attitude. As soon as the hormones hit and she becomes a teenager, those 2 kids, my son and my daughter, fight like brother and sister already. Hey, Rhino Hobbies. How's it going, man? Trippin' Ninja, damn, this looks really good for a phone. It's just an Android. I don't do iPhones. I don't like Apple. I've always done Android, so it's I wish I could control the deal on it like I can with my camera. And I got a very cheap setup. A lot of people say that I got good quality in my videos, and the light bulbs that I use are from the dollar store. They're just LED light bulbs. I do a lot of editing, and I don't have an expensive setup at all. So yeah, I repainted my Roblox in Scarlet. I wish there was a way, if you have Rhino, do you have an Instagram? Do you have those? I'd love to see those, the repainted Roblox and Scarlet. If you have those on Instagram, I wish there was an easy way to like look at stuff when it comes to everybody else in the community, because a lot of you guys are doing some really cool things with figures and stuff. Adam says it's a party up in here. You ain't drinking already. It's well, I don't know where everybody. I was gonna say it's not even 3:00, but I'm central. I'm up in the corner of South Dakota, the border of South Dakota and Minnesota and Iowa, right there. I'm originally from up in Minnesota. That's where I was born and raised. But I moved here to be close to my kids because this is where their mother came to live after we broke up, and I had to get my act together and sober up and so I could be a dad. So that's what I've been doing the last 5 years here in the area. But yeah, it's 2:45 here. Hello from Brazil. This is Brazil. What Fast and Furious movie was that? Or Dom was rolling his R's. I'd love to go to Brazil. That sounds nice right now. It's almost 2 p.m. here in Canada. I love Canada. Oh, Canada, California? Sleeping Collectibles. That X-Men shirt looks awesome. Don't you have this shirt? You know, I think Sleeping Collectibles is always on the computer monitoring what other people are doing because he shows up on everybody's live stream. He knows what people are doing, and he always has the perfect comeback in his live chats. And he just knows all these people. So I think maybe he's cloned himself, and one clone is at work, and the other one's on the computer in the dark with a emperor's shawl on, and he's just everywhere. He's like the Matrix. I got eyes everywhere, he says. Oh, John, you're awesome. I'm gaining on you. I'm gaining on you, though. Calgary. I haven't been to Canada since I was younger, but I really liked it there. I went to what is that? What is that town? Or do they call it province? I don't know. High school was a long time ago. It's over on the west coast. It's an island. The heck is that called? I loved it there. It was beautiful. You know what, tripping? You know what, tripping? I made a video about the roadblock repaint. Oh, really? I want to check that out. Damien, are you picking up Marvel Select Titanium Man? I don't even know who that is. There's just too many figures to keep an eye on, to keep updated with. I'm not even sure who that is. He looks fabulous. Would love to see Whirlwind and Crimson Dynamo in the line. Hi from Scotland. In the Highlands? I'm a big Highlander fan. In the Highlands of Scotland. There can be only one. I will have, if I have to have somebody make it for me, but I will have a Duncan MacLeod 6-inch figure one day. That was, the Highlander was huge for me. Huge. Still is. I still watch all the seasons, and I always cry on the last episode when he sees his life kind of whirl around in front of him. Good old Duncan MacLeod. It's Renegade, I believe. Anyone has an extra Boulder Hill gas pump for a good price? What? There can be only one. That's right. May it be Joe's Multiverse. I mean, Duncan MacLeod, the Highlander. Love both Highlanders. Yeah, my brother introduced me to the first movie. The second one it shouldn't even exist, but that first movie with Connor MacLeod, that was awesome with Christopher Lambert. That's a classic. That's like a staple in my upbringing, in my childhood, teenage years, and then throughout my 20s, I watched. I was always watching that the show, The Renegade, um, with Lorenzo Lamas. That was a big one, but not as big as the Highlander. Mask. Ooh, Greg Martinez, love those toys. I need Moto Classics. He-Man comes out the original head sculpt. $350 for real? The Beastmaster, when they put that little leech thing in him, and then they clamp that big metal helmet on him, and then he's like a berserker. I used to crawl around the living room when I was really little, when I was like 10, 11, pretending to be, when I wasn't pretending to be Spider-Man, I was pretending to be the Beastmaster. I'd watch it downstairs in the rec room down there. And then I'd go upstairs and I'd like creep around and pretend I was the Beastmaster. I love that show. Love that movie. Spartan toy hunter. The Spartan. You should dress up like a Spartan when you go out toy hunting. That would be a good video. Enjoying the channel. Thanks for the content. You bet. Yeah, I love doing this. This is my passion. I get to be creative, and I get to talk about what I'm most passionate about, and that's figures and superheroes and all these kinds of things. Me too, tripping. New Silverhawks would empty my wallet. I'm not familiar with the Silverhawks, and I don't dare get into any more lines. There's an Optimus Prime. I've always wanted to get an Optimus Prime, but I'm real hesitant on getting it. For one thing, it's $50. It's at Target. It's always there, but I'm real nervous about getting it because I don't want to get into collecting Transformers, because that was another big cartoon and thing from my past, but they're more expensive if you want a decent size one. And I'm already trying to keep up with Marvel Legends and DC Multiverse, and I've been buying these damn Power Rangers and Black Series, and now He-Man that I have to have, and the G.I. Joe, and I just can't. I want to buy them all, and if I start getting into another line, I'm even buying Fortnite figures. I got a couple that I'd gotten for my son a couple years ago, so I'm buying them now. I don't want to get into another toy line because it's just too much. I don't know. I'm gonna have to move into a bigger place because I don't have any more room. This stuff on the wall back here that I'll be doing a room tour, that stuff's been up there since like 2017. That's like all my pops up on top, and then my X-Men. I got a bunch of X-Men up there, and then my other two shelves are kind of ever changing. A lot of Avengers, but everything else is. I got boxes of figures in the other room. You remember the Highlander cartoon? I never watched it. It looked awful. I've seen some clips about it, but it had nothing to do with nothing, just like most of the Highlander properties, and none of them really match up to each other. But was not a fan of the cartoon, but I do know of it. New Moonstar would be killer, and some new Jace and Wheel Warriors. I have no idea who those are. Does anyone out there believe in other vehicles in the Joe's Classified line besides the Baroness? I don't think so. And don't bring up the Baroness. I was never able to find that. Like I have some big resentment about it. I've accepted the fact that I don't have it, but I think they'll come out with it again. And even if they just come out with a single pack of the Baroness without the bike, I just want a Baroness for my collection. I'm in a big toy drought. Rhino says I'm in a big toy drought right now. Pre-orders are trickling in. The deluge is about to come. Nice. Don't do it, Joe. I bought one Earthrise Starscream and haven't been able to stop. Yeah, Stephen Wilcox is warning me against buying a Transformer. I do plan on getting that Optimus Prime, because I gotta have an Optimus Prime, and that would be a cool video, like my first Transformer. But I just don't. And I would like to get a what's his nuts, one that turns into a gun like the old school ones. And I would like the guy with the tape deck. But see, I can't get into this. It's too much. Renegade Biker 24. Hey Joe, have you seen my picture up on the 3D print out of the Gray Wolf? And I'm going to finish painting it to look like Timber hopefully this weekend. I have it on my Instagram name. I'll check that out. Now back up here. These guys, people are coming in quick. Let me write that down. My trusty notebook out. So it's under Renegade Biker. It's on Instagram. Renegade Biker 24. That's not the right page. I have too many notes, and I write everybody down, and I write down people's comments that I want to read, and I got everybody's lists and everybody's votes for the action figure battle royale. I got Just this whole first part of the notebook is it's filled with FLC or stuff. Renegade Biker 24. All right, I will check that out. Gotta go to a meeting later, guys. See 1000th Ghost. Greg Martinez, yeah, that transformation was scary for a kid back in the day. They had to tone it down. Found a total of 4 Baroness sets. Really? Mr. Treebeard, are you selling any of them? Soundwave is the only transformer I get. They got the coolest name, Soundwave. I got a Soundwave and a blaster. Instagram name is Renegade Biker 24. All right, yep, I got that. Got that written down. I'm ashamed to admit I paid $75 for a Baroness. They disappeared so fast. Trippin' Ninja, that is not a bad price. It's $35 more than the $40 price point, but there's people out there that paid $200 for it, and I don't know why. I don't need any figure that bad. But $75, that's nothing to be ashamed of, considering how much it still is on Amazon and eBay. I held off on the Transformers for a while, but I got quite a few. You guys should check out Treebeard's channel. It's really, really cool. He's got some cool stuff. I like where he's going with his channel. Rhino says, I just picked up a Wave 1 Transformer Redline. I'm pretty happy with them. Yeah, don't tell me that, because then I'm going to go out and buy one, and then I'm going to buy another, and then there I go down the black hole. Got to go to a meeting. All right, Renegade Biker. I'll see you later, man. Already sold 2, and now have 2 for my collection. I see. I recommend the Moonstar transformation from Silverhawks. You're the tops. You're the tops, bro. Being a family man and collecting do clash from time to time, but what can you do? You gotta follow your heart. Yeah, it hasn't been too bad. My son likes to tease me. He says I'm gonna when he pretends to be mad, he's like, "You're not cool. None of your figures are cool. I'm gonna poop on them." He teases me about my figures. But the nice thing about having the kids that I have is even when they were really young, they never messed with my stuff. And most of it, other than the stuff on the shelf, I used to have. Well, I still have a bunch of figures in front of the TV and on lower shelves, but they never messed with them. They never knocked them down. I never had to yell at them and tell them not to touch them. They just left them alone like it was a regular, like something on a shelf, So that's cool. I got really lucky with that. Yeah, you bet, Treebeard. I like your channel. Besides Snake Eyes, Timber, which other Joe and Pet, Cobra Pet, do you expect to see in the classified line? I don't know. I know when I was looking up G.I. Joe facts, I know that Serpentor turned into an iguana. I don't know if that would be worth it. I don't know what other. I just remember that was it a wolf that was always creeping around with Snake Eyes? If they come out with Timber, I mean that would be. I know a lot of people would buy it. Well, everybody that collects G.I. Joe classifieds would buy it. I don't know of any other like people's pets. I'm not sure. I got my Soundwave at the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree has Transformers. Bought those eBay exclusive G.I. Joe classified figs, worth every penny since I don't like to drive around hunt. Yeah, toy hunting isn't for everybody. I love doing it. I love finding them in the wild, and I don't like paying shipping and handling fees for stuff and waiting. I want that instant gratification. But nowadays, there's no such thing as instant gratification when it comes to toy hunting, anyway. But I do like the hunt, and then they make for good videos for the channel. A lot of people like toy hunts, so. And I was making toy hunting videos long before I ever had a YouTube channel. Just for I guess kind of just in case I ever did, because I always had it in the back of my mind to do a channel like this. Timber will be how they get us all to buy another Snake Eyes. I don't think we need any excuse to buy another Snake Eyes as long as they keep coming out with it. Like this one, his thing on his helmet has a slightly different shade on the back or something, and then everybody will buy it. And it's the same. They keep coming out with repainted stuff, and we can just keep buying it up. Oh, I would not want to put a model kit together. For one thing, that's too tedious, too time consuming, and I just want to figure. There's my Bruce Lee. I took him out. I posed him. I didn't have to put him together. That'd be too tedious to get a model kit. I could not do it. I do not have the steady hand, or maybe it's the patience. I'd like to see other people's model kits that they put together. That would be cool. DJ Tags, Michael is selling a wolf that works with snake eyes. Oh, okay, I could see that. We got a Michael's here. Well, another day at work has come to an end. See you guys. All right, Greg. I'll see you in the comments, man. Thanks for all your comments. I really appreciate you. Allison, I really hope to see the spirit with his eagle. That would be awesome. I was thinking about if I could pull it off. I want to drive to Hasbro. Now I'm over in South Dakota, so it'd be quite a bit of a drive because I think they're up in, is it Rhode Island or somewhere north of New York? And I'd have to okay it with Hasbro to be able to interview somebody. But I'd like to make a video of like a documentary of driving across country and going to Hasbro and being let in there and be able to talk to some people, get some inside information, or just a simple interview. And I think that would be awesome, and see if they could tell me any like upcoming stuff or something. I think that would be an awesome video, because it's one thing to call Hasbro and talk to somebody and try to get some answers, but it's another thing to like drive there and be able to document walking into the headquarters in the office and talk to somebody. It might be a pipe dream, but I've done more with less in the past. I kind of want to open something up, but I don't know what it is. On the video that's coming out today, I give a bunch of options because I'm going to do an unboxing in like 2 days, and I have a pile and another pile and another pile and another pile of figures, and I want to know what everybody thinks, which one I should open first, because I'm going to end up opening all of them. But for my next unboxing video, I want to know what people want to see. Can see it's in Rhode Island, less than an hour from me. For real? You ever seen it? Does it have razor fencing and armed guards that look like Cobra Vipers standing around the doors? I ordered Snake Eyes, Lady J, Scarlet. What the heck, Ben? Flint. Big Bad Toy Store the other night. I think I've officially gone crazy. Yeah. Sorry. It's your own fault. You're going to have to get a bigger house too, because you're going to collect yourself out of your room. Just going to be shelves from IKEA to the ceiling on all the walls with nothing but figures. Cursing me that I got you into it. I was trying to get you into it a couple of years ago when you first started sending me pictures of all your awesome statues. Everybody wants the Dreadnoks. That's definitely going to be on the master wish list when I come out with that. The Dreadnoks and Lowlight, and there's another one that just shows up on like most lists. I've already started boxing up figures. Dropkick was awesome. I had him. A 71 Amex Javelin. Just found out about the Beachhead, Danny. That like you just found out that there was a Beachhead like figure. He's kind of hard to get a hold of, if that's what you're talking about. Rhino. Oh, I miss Rhino's hobbies. I wish Hasbro would make a documentary of how action figures are made. There's one or two videos out there. They're not Hasbro, but they do. I think they do show kind of the process of how they're made. Yeah, I have my video. One of my very first toy hunts was a GI Joe toy hunt, and I ended up using some music. I didn't know that it was gonna get like a mark, copyright mark. So it's not monetized, but it's when I went and found the Cobra Trooper and the Beachhead when they first came out back last August, and I think I'm going to re-edit that, use different music, um, and come out with that video for anybody who'd be interested in that. It's a cool video. I did it with my son, and I think I'm going to be putting that up on the channel sometime soon. I was trying to dig around to find my original footage from that toy hunt because that was like way before I started the channel. It was just a toy hunt that I filmed, and that's when I found that's when I got the Beachhead, and I think Roadblock too, and the Cobra Trooper. Just found out about the Beachhead. Serpenter, Voltar, Crocmaster, Big Boa. Would like to see any of these in the classified line. They were my favorites. Yeah, Damien. I'm hoping that they come out with some more characters that they haven't came out with because we've already got 3 Cobras, we've gotten 2 Snake Eyes, we've gotten 2 Roadblocks. It's like, all right, before you start coming out with different variations of the same character, come out with a Crocmaster, with a Kick, with a Serpentor. If you're going to come out with another character that you've already done, come out with the classic Storm Shadow. Shipwreck, definitely. I definitely want it. Shipwreck is at the top of the list for me. Shipwreck and his parrot. That would be so awesome. I never found Beachhead, but that's the figure that got me back into toy hunts. Yeah, he was really elusive. I only seen him that one time when I went to Target that morning in August with my son. The guy came out from the back with 2 troopers and 2 Beachhead, and there was another guy there, and he took one of each, and I took one of each, and that was the one and only time that I ever saw those Cobra Troopers or the Beachheads. Hope if I see the release of Serpentor, they do it with his air chariot. Yeah, that would be cool. Kind of like how they did with the Baroness and Coil. Have that air chariot. I think Netflix has a toy show that's pretty cool. Are you talking about the toys that made us? I've seen all those, even the Barbie one. I saw Star Wars, the GI Joe, the wrestlers. I like documentary. I like to see how things are done. I watched a thing on um, how comedy evolved, and I watched just any documentaries on stuff. I like to see how things kind of came about, the behind the scenes. They got a really cool on HBO Max. They have the Fresh Prince of Bel Air reunion. I got a real big kick out of that. I really like seeing that. I like reunion stuff. I remember a very Brady Christmas when I was like 12, and it was all the old characters growing up, and it was a reunion of them. So I've always liked stuff like that for some reason. Need a Cobra Island Trooper and a Viper. Those Vipers are fairly easy to find. You can find them for like $27, $28 online. That's the price I've seen mostly, and then with shipping and handling, it usually comes out to like close to like $35 if that's worth it. I wouldn't want to buy too many like that. Particularly praise initiatives like those of Bob Valla and the 6-inch action line. Articulated icon. I wanted to see a documentary on how they did. That'd be cool. I love EB Games. Just get another pre-order in, another Zartan, and 2 Mora's. What's the deal with that Mora figure? I have it. I don't know, maybe it's this one I'm thinking about. No, that's not it. Is it Mora? That's really because it's not Marble Girl. That's not the one that's all like super popular. I got too many things up here. Yeah, it's this Mora one. Like I've a couple times now I've been to Walmart and they had this whole wave, but this is the first one that gets picked out. Is it why is this the one that's going to be $90 on the aftermarket? Is it just because it's a female body and you can like switch it around? I didn't notice that they had that head, that extra head. She's cute. For all of us creepy toy collectors, she's cute. The one with the glasses. I don't know why that's the most popular one. Damien, what other lines do you collect apart from the GI Joes? I have more Marvel Legends than anything. That's where I started. That and Black Series is the two lines that I started when I got into this seriously into collecting in February of 2017. And the Marvel Legends are the ones. For one thing, that was the first one I collected, and they probably have the most figures out of any other line, so it's pretty easy to collect a lot of those. But I love my DC Multiverse. I was buying the was it Mattel that was coming out with the DC Multiverse. I have a bunch of those, and then when McFarlane took over, I know a lot of people have a problem with those for whatever reason. They don't scale, they're not articulated good enough, but I love them. I collect all those. When He-Man came out, I started collecting those. I have almost all of those. I have a bunch of NECA. I tried to collect all the horror icons, Chucky and Freddy and Jason and all those, and I think I have all the ones that I want except for Ghostface. I still need to get the Ghostface NECA. So I got a bunch of NECA stuff and then the Turtles from NECA. And then just some random stuff like I I don't like wrestling nowadays. It's garbage in my opinion. But I have picked up a few wrestlers lately, and then I got this cutie. She's like, I want to have her when I get my background completed um, for my reviews. I kind of want her in the background, kind of, I don't know, playing a video game or something else cool that you kind of see on some of the nicer toy reviewers. Uh, and then I used to collect Funko Pop, so I got them around the ceiling. But I try to stay away from those because those just $8 you to death. You ever have a son or a daughter that just dollars you to death? Can I have a dollar? Can I have a dollar? And it's just all the time. Well, these things $8 you to death your wallet. So I had to get out of the Funko Pops. I'm foaming at the mouth for that new Action Force line. I hope to get some of those. I don't pay real close attention to them. I know of them now because of the FLC, because of the figure loving community, all you guys that make comments and asking me questions. I'm hip to it now, but I don't know what's supposed to be coming out. The Marvel Girl is impossible to stand up. Most of the female characters are. Does she have? I'm not going to take that down again. Is she wearing heels? Because that's the biggest problem with female figures, that they don't stand very good because they always put heels on them. They look better with heels. In game is GameStop in Canada. Oh, eBay Games is. Oh, okay, I see. Danny Carter. By the way, if you remember the cartoon Cobra jetpack with the glass bubble, I have the pilot that is in the Trouble. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. All right, now I know what you mean, Trouble Bubble. Stephen Wilcox. She is a key character in the new X-Men story. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. I wasn't even going to buy most of those figures. I wanted to get the Wolverine and I wanted to get the Cyclops and then maybe Xavier, Professor X. But then when I saw them all, I was like, I couldn't help myself. You know how it goes. What's up, Joe? Wiley Collector. How's it going, man? Just trying trying my first live chat. See how it goes. And it's going well. I got to figure out what time of day and what day works the best for doing live chats, because I know a lot of people do them like every Tuesday night or every Saturday, and it's hard for me. I wouldn't be able to do it on Friday or Saturday night because I got kids here and it would just be too loud and too, unless I got them down to go to sleep by like, just before 9 o'clock and then came out here and did it. But I'd like to do it like twice a week, but I got to figure out what time of day and what day to do it. So people can tell me what day works best for them. I'm always open to suggestions, comments, and concerns. Blue-eyed variant, brown-eyed. I'd have to look. I want to say it's the brown-eyed version. Whichever one is the least sought after is, I think, is the one that I got. I'm not sure if that's the blue-eyed or the brown-eyed one. Whichever one is more common is the one I have, I think. But I do. What's the deal? Does anybody know what the deal is with the snake eyes with the red dot on his head? Because I don't know which version I have that's still in the box, but I have one that's somewhere that's out of the box. Or no, the one that I have in the box has the red dot. I don't know. Is that worth any more or more sought after? I'm not sure. Fig Freak here. The Fig Freak. What's your thoughts on Marvel Legends bring out the bad guys? Hopefully the second wave in future may have. I'm kind of digging the is it the Doctor Doom, the white Doctor Doom? That'll be cool. I don't even know who some of those characters are because I never read the comics. So I'm not familiar with. I'm sure that I'll get them all, but I wish they would have came out with some different, better bad guys. Maybe they'll do it again and come out with some other ones that are a little more I don't know, relevant or popular, or maybe I just don't know. Maybe I don't. There's other figures. I wish that they would come out with another Rhino. Come out with not a Build-A-Figure, but like, that's Bane, but come out with another Rhino by himself, because that's one of the Build-A-Figures I was never able to complete. I got like 3 of the pieces and 3 of them I don't, and the 3 that I don't are like wildly expensive. But that's like one of the only Spider-Man villains that I don't have as figures. Most of them I do, but that's the one that I would really, really like to get. So I'm hoping that they come out with like one on, I don't know, like a retro card back or something like that. Oh, okay. The Rhino says the Snake Eyes with the red dot is the regular release. I'll have to look at the one that I have loose because I do have 2 of them. I'll have to see if there's the red dot is on the one that I have out of the package. Not that it really matters because I have no intentions on ever selling any of my figures, but it's kind of nice to know. No dot Snake Eyes is the Retico, and they fixed defective knife. Oh yeah, I do know that. Yeah, that he couldn't get his knife in that thing. That was, I don't know why. Is that just a quality control thing or what? I wonder if they'll ever see a G.I. Joe Hasbro project. Wonder if I will ever see a G.I. Joe HasLab project. Yeah, that arcade, he does look cool. If he didn't have that splash of color, it would be a real kind of bland looking thing. But I do like that green, and what's is it like green and orange or something like that? I was just looking at a picture of my guy James over at the GameStop in town here. He was showing me on the computer the pictures of him, and I'd seen him before, but he was kind of excited because he's a big comic book guy. I might interview him sometime because he knows his stuff when it comes to the comic books, and I think that would be kind of a cool video. I'd like to talk to him, and then Happy Dad CCC. He's into comic books, and he sends them in to get what do they call that with comic books when they get that case on them and they get the number, they get it ranked or whatever. There's a name for that. but he does that a lot. Graded. Thank you, Trippin Ninja. Yeah, he does a lot of those. And he'll take them, he'll send them in, and he'll do a video, and he'll get the box, and he'll open it up, and then he'll pull it out without looking at it. But like we can all see what the grade is, and then you turn it around to see what the number is. Yeah, can see. Yeah, graded. Ben, I think he might get his. He bought, what is it, a number one issue or something like that, the collector version of the first comic book of the Turtles, the Ronin. He might get one of those graded. That would be worth it. That's probably be worth something in the future. Oh, we're going over an hour on here already. No wonder people do lives for like 3 hours. It just goes quick. Yeah, I got to figure out the last Ronin. Yeah, that's right. I knew that. You're gonna get it. Yep, gonna get it graded. That's what I thought that you said. Did you ever get that Scorpion and Raiden or whatever that 2-pack was? I have a bunch of the GI Joe comics. Those would be cool. There's a store in town here that I got a deal with, or not a deal, but okayed to go into his store, and it's kind of like a place where people sell, instead of selling stuff on eBay, they just bring it there, and it's all kind of collectibles. And he's gonna let me film in his store. They got a whole bunch of old school GI Joes that I'm gonna do a little video on it in his whole store. It's called Nerdvana, and I'm going to be doing as soon as I can, as soon as I have the time to go over there. I'm going to do a video on that shop, and he's got a lot of cool stuff. And he's got a back room that kids can go there, and they can almost get like dropped off by their parents, and it's like a safe place where they have all these systems. They can sit and play video games, and it's a private, safe place for people, teenagers, adults, anybody can go there and play video games. But his back room has like his private collection, and he's got all this cool stuff. I'm gonna do a video on his shop, but I got to get over there. I got to get on that. Arcade has some pretty interesting stories from the past worth checking out. His profile. Yeah, James over at GameStop was telling me he would trap people in an arcade game, and there was one story that Blade got out because he had trapped Blade in an arcade game or something crazy. They do such crazy stuff in comics. I want a Doc Connors Marvel Legend. That would be cool. I don't know why they haven't done like a Doc Connors or came out with a better Lizard with a more of the like the comic book or the cartoon version head. I didn't have a problem with it. I was so jazzed that I was able to find all the figures to build that. But I'm surprised that they just keep coming out with different Spider-Mans and different Wolverines and different Deadpools, and they don't come out with a lot of the figures that people really want. We don't need 20 Deadpools, do we? Let's get some figures that we haven't seen yet or haven't seen in a long time. Haven't seen Scorpion Raiden since that one day with you. Probably, yeah, getting it on Amazon. But I don't think it's. I think it's the same price. I think I just saw it on Amazon the other night, and I don't think it's any more than it was there. I can't remember. Was it like $50? I might have even seen it for 40. I'm not sure. But me and Ben, we went out toy hunting when he came to visit a few weeks ago, and we came across the Scorpion and Raiden 2-pack. BC, what's up, man? What figure is next for a review? Oh, it's my next review will be. This should be coming out by this weekend. I'm going to be reviewing this guy. My custom quick kick. I got to get a hold of a figurehead. We're going to be doing something special and be putting pictures up of him on his Instagram and my Instagram, and then we're going to be making an announcement on a big giveaway for the 2000 subscriber mark. I'm just over 1,400 right now, and I think if we can get stuff together around here, I think we can hit 2,000 subscribers in no time. Once I announce that, and then I'm gonna be doing some other giveaways. Probably be doing 2, 3. That depends on how fast it hits 2,000 subscribers. I could be doing up to 4 giveaways, but definitely 2, if not 3, for that. And one of them has to do with a custom GI Joe classified type deal. So that'll be really exciting. Can't wait for the Alley Viper and Major Blood. Major Blood would be awesome. I would love to see that, and I really want to see the Dr. Mindbender. I would love to have a Dr. Mindbender GI Joe classified. Let's see, what else do we got going on here? Quick Kick died in the yeah, I saw a thing on that when Quick Kick died. Did you ever have the GI Joe collector cards? I didn't. I never did. Oh, I can't remember her name. I can't remember what her name is. I just like her pink hair, and I'm a big creep. So I also have this one, just because she's an Asian girl, and you know me, with her little fuzzy thing. Oh, I seen her around. She was a big peg warmer for a long time. Life is Liv. Liv is life. Is her name Liv? I don't know. I don't know anything about wrestling nowadays. I'm from the old school. Just an old fool from the old school. I was watching the Junkyard Dog and Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and Rowdy Roddy Piper and Hillbilly Jim and all that. And then I started watching again when the NWO came out and Sting was doing his thing, and then Stone Cold and The Rock and Triple H. Other than that, after John Cena kind of took over, and then everything after that, I don't know any of these people, and it's just horrid to watch nowadays. And then I got my honey, my dream girl. That's right, Gina Carano. I'm gonna meet her one day, and then I'm never coming home again. That's what I keep telling my girlfriend. Once I meet Gina Carano, I'm never coming home again. She's my honey. Blood. Just had a custom Tiger Force Outback sent to me. Really? Marvel Legends size? My favorite character. Imagine them making a blowtorch. That color scheme is amazing. Treebeard. Heading out. Congrats on your first live stream. Thank you, sir. Thank you for stopping in. Ken C. Sci-Fi had a bright color scheme too. PJ Tags. Liv Morgan. Okay. Yeah, I don't even have the box anymore, so I couldn't tell you. I just like the pink hair, and she's cute. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Yep. I remember. He was big. He had a really good match. God, who was that? He had like one of the best matches, like one of the best all-time wrestling matches. I can't remember who he wrestled against, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He was a favorite of mine. Just all the martial arts stuff. I mean, he reminded me of Bruce Lee, Quick Kick, and all these guys. I really liked Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Oh yeah. Yeah, Macho Man. The Mega Powers. Joe is ready. Joe's ready for death by what? What's SNU? Ultimate Warrior. He was my all-time favorite. That was before I grew up and learned that he was like this big weirdo or caused problems and stuff. But he was always my favorite. My favorite match of all time is when he came down and slammed the Honky Tonk Man, beat him within like less than a minute, grabbed the belt, and he was the champ. That was it was so fun. I still watch that from time to time. Tripping Ninja. What is Joe is ready for death by SNU SNU. What is I don't know what that I don't know what that means. I stopped collecting Joes because of the goofy, bright, fluorescent colors. Yeah, it never bothered me. I don't know. I like them. And I didn't even know it was based on a game. Did you watch the wrestling cartoon? Yeah, that's how I got into wrestling. Yep, the '80s cartoon because I used to watch cartoons when I was really little, and then my brother Chris would come in. And it was like at 10 o'clock, and he'd be like, "We're watching wrestling now," because that's kind of like around 10 o'clock in my area is when the cartoons would end, and he'd put on wrestling, and I didn't like it. And then the cartoon came out, and then I would recognize the characters from the cartoon when he would put wrestling on, and so I drew that connection. So then I got into wrestling, and then I learned who all the wrestlers were. That's what originally got me into the WWF was the it's a joke from an old Futurama. Oh, I never got into Futurama. They found a planet of Amazon women who chained men up and used them until they died. Gina Carano could do that to me. That'd be fine. I would die in her arms tonight. She's my favorite. Death by Snoo Snoo. Still waiting patiently for classic Spider-Man, Hammerhead, and Legends line. Yeah, that would be good. If they can give us Tombstone, they can give us Hammerhead. WWF World Wildlife Foundation for life. Yeah, back in the day, that was Coco Beware. Remember him? Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Seeing Macho Man get bit by the Damien scared me for life. That was there's I don't know if you know the story of Jake the Snake Roberts, but he did that. He let that snake grab a hold of him on purpose. There's a whole big story about that. How um, Macho Man was all like paranoid about the snake and I think that you might want to get my title, so maybe you bring a poisonous snake down to the ring. So he's like, you let that snake bite you, and I want to watch, and you keep it on there, and I want to see if you take some secret antidote or something happens to you before I let that snake bite me in the ring. It was this big thing. It's funny. I think Jake the Snake told that story on the Joe Rogan podcast when he was on there. It was really cool. It was after Jake the Snake got all sobered up and had been in recovery and stuff. Greg the Hammer Valentine, Tito Santana. Yeah, there's a laundry list of these wrestlers from back in the day. I loved all that. That was my wrestling, but it all changed when The Rock got popular and Stone Cold, and that was like one of my building up to that big match between Stone Cold and The Rock, where one week The Rock would do the Cold Stone Stunner on Stone Cold, and then the next week Stone Cold would do the Rock Bottom on The Rock, and they were just building up this big match between the two, and I really got a kick out of that. Seems like a few of us are around the same age after listening to everyone talk. Yep, we remember the good old days. There's a lot of wild stories from that era of wrestling. Yeah, I think probably I just bought a figure of him too. Um, the Undertaker. He's probably got some of the wildest, craziest stories. BC 47, Ken C 47. I'm gonna be 43 on Sunday, so Danny Carter's 44. What a bunch of old farts. No, I'm gonna be 29. I'll be 29 on Sunday. That's right. A very rough 29. 40 in August. You're gonna be welcomed into the 40 club. BC Barker Creations 47. Rhino Hobbies 46. See, I just imagine everybody being like 20. And I don't think it's you don't really understand it until you get older, but it's like when we were young, 30 or 40 or 50 seemed like, oh, it's going to be so long before I get to be an old man like that. But when you hit 40 years old, it's not. I mean, we're still playing with figures. We still, I mean, maybe our bodies are a little creakier or whatever, but I still feel like a kid. I don't. I mean, maybe more mature and wiser, but other than that, I still see the world like I did when I was 18. You know, I still feel like a kid. DJ Tags 42. Wiley, oh, things are going crazy now. Rhino Hobbies 46. Wiley Collector 45. Wife laughs at me when I order figures. Now she starts looking at all the GI Joe sites on Facebook and Instagram. It's funny, BC. That's nice when you have a significant other that kind of supports you and doesn't rag on you for getting figures and stuff like this. I mean, oh, thank you, Danny. Yeah, gonna be an old man again on Sunday. Rhino Hobbs, AARP, here I come. You're as young as you want to be. I'm still gonna be listening to Eminem when I'm 70 years old, so there's that. The younger generation doesn't understand how awesome GI Joe figures were used as a kid because they are too into their phones. Yeah, the phones and the tablets and everything. Just don't like the toys that are out and what we're into. Good. I hope kids don't like the toys so we can collect them. Kids don't have any business buying 6-inch figures because I want to be able to find them. I don't need kids buying them up. I do want my son. He's anything ever happens to me, he's gonna inherit a buttload of action figures. That's for sure. I want him to be in it. I want him to be into the any fig for that matter. Yeah, they're just we come from the MTV um, generation and GI Joe and He Man and Transformers and Thundercats and all these cool things, and that's just kind of. I mean, what are kids going to talk about when they're older? Are they going to be collecting iPads? you know, I mean, it is kind of sad. Well, yeah, Trippin' Ninja toys are on the decline. Us collectors are keeping it alive, though. We go out and we buy everything. We were in the golden era of toys as kids, that's for sure. Yeah, mine is inheriting my vintage Joes. Forge Mace Juice. I still can't pronounce that last name. What's going on, Joe? Doing the live thing. So awesome. Now, is there a way to pronounce that? TMHUN Thumpter 49. I'm not sure how to say that. TMHUN. Because I can't shout out every letter and number every time I see that. What's going on? Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm trying out the live thing. I thought maybe nobody would show up, so I wouldn't have to be nervous. But all my FLCers are in the house. Everybody that's aware of it, anyway. Got to start somewhere. Mace, May, Macy Juski. Macy Juski is the easiest way. May you see a juicy? Macy Juski is the easiest way, he says. Hey, good afternoon. I'm glad oh, that went by quick. I'm glad I caught you live. Yeah, I'll be doing this more. Can see my original stinker still kind of smells. Oh, your He-Man? Yeah, somebody I think that they used to put patchouli in those things. I'm hoping to see because I had that guy. I had him, and I hope that he comes out in like wave 4 or whatever. But I really want to see I want to see the other guys, his crew. I want Hordak to be rolling deep. I want to see him with what was that hairy guy and the guy with the eyes that pop up and then the suction mouth guy. I had all those, and I found another one of these, and I'm going to highlight the bones and repaint them a little bit. That's the crew that I want to see the most of, because I got Cyclops now, and I got Trapjaw, so those are an Evil In, so I got Skeletor's main posse, and then the other one that I want the most is Ram Man, and that's a deluxe box, and I think you can find that for like $25 to $30 online right now. That's another big one. Motu Origins, go to my son. Now that we're older, we can have the best versions of the toys we loved as kids. That's right, Rhino. Stinkor. Christopher Crowley, FLC. That's right. FLC is in the house. Have you thought of making your own Storm Shadow using the articulated icons, Shokan as ninja figure, and extra arms, hands, wrap? I have not. I like doing custom kind of stuff, but I just don't have any time for it. How's it going, Joe? Retro Boy 1 357. Hey man, thanks for stopping in. Forge is fine. Okay. My youngest son walked into my toy room the other night and said, "Dad, you have a lot of action figures." My son says that all the time. You have too many figures. I wonder if they'll do a Modok. I think I know who that is. Ultra fan. Tisco worldwide. Back in my day, GI Joe were 12 inches tall. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were the first action figures. They were the answer to Barbie. But then, like what I found out when I was doing my GI Joe 10 facts of GI Joe is that they would have kept doing that, but then in the early 80s when the oil prices were all out of control, then they started making the 3 3/4 versions, so they kind of deviated from the 12-inch figures. There's a comic book store in town that there's a couple of the old school 12-inch figures. I'm not sure how much they are, but I'm sure that they're spendy, but I wouldn't mind getting one of them, just to have for the channel, to have for the collection. I want Clamp Champ so I can make a custom Dr. Dre. BC, you don't need to have any skill to make the Storm Shadow. Just pop off the arms, put the sleeveless ones on, and add the detail. But I think that they're going to come out. I think Hasbro's got to know that we want a classic version of Storm Shadow. I'm sure we're gonna get one soon. I don't know why they didn't come out with the classic one first, but I'm waiting for the Hordak Deluxe, wondering what he will look like. Are they set to do a deluxe version of that? Because that would be awesome. The name is TM Hunter. Just got creative with the way that I display my name. Oh, okay. Okay, now I see it. TM Hunter. TM Hunter 49. Are you 49? Love the 12-inch adventure team with flocked beards. Those are a huge reason I love G.I. Joe. The classic one will be a Target eBay exclusive. Awesome. I'm gonna have to get going here pretty soon. I got work to do. I gotta keep these videos coming out, and my my next video, my video for today will be out in about an hour, at about 4:45. Selling Trippin' Ninja, selling you the variants first and the classic look later as a classic Hasbro move. They know that they will get many collectors to buy both out. Yeah. They know that we'll buy them. Any leaks on what Hasbro is dropping on April 9th? I don't know, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of complaints on whatever whatever it is. As long as we don't expect anything, as long as we manage our expectations and don't expect anything, it'll be fine. But as soon as we start thinking, oh, they're going to tell us about some GI Joes, all they're going to talk about re-releases, all they're going to tell us all this, if we start thinking that and we don't get it, then that's when we get pissed. So as long as we don't have any expectations of what they're going to say, I think it'll be just fine. May have missed this, but what state are you in? Technically, it's South Dakota. I'm in the corner, the northeast corner of South Dakota, where it borders on Minnesota and Iowa. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I have a custom Easy E and a custom Tupac. That's funny. I'd like to see those. Joe is still such a great book. Transformers, Hasbro Cinematic Universe cannot be too far away. Well, they were supposed to do a Transformers and GI Joe like crossover movie at one time. I don't know what they're going to do with the Transformers property because it kind of, I don't know, they kind of salvaged it a little bit with Bumblebee, I guess, but I don't know what. I could take a break from the Transformers movies. I personally like the first. I like the ones, especially. I like the first Transformer movie. I didn't have a problem with what's that's a little spastic, but I like those. I didn't care. I like Mark Wahlberg. I think he's a great, fine actor for the kind of movies he does. But I didn't care for those Transformer movies. I like the other ones better myself, personally. If it's like the snacking Grogu, my wallet is safe. Hopefully, the Storm Shadow won't be a Target exclusives. Yeah, who knows? As long as we get enough of them. Cool greetings from Chicago. Good old Chicago. That's where Elite Legend is out of is Chicago. I was a truck driver for many years, and I despised driving through Chicago. The traffic and some of the neighborhoods I had no business in, accidentally taking the wrong turn and get the heebie-jeebies over Chicago when it comes to driving through there. It took 3 hours to go 5 miles sometimes, and it was always the wrong time of day. But I've been through Chicago quite a bit. Been out to Pennsylvania quite a bit. Cover Lover Comics, Snake Eyes movie, and a Lady J show. Yeah, I don't know about that Lady J show. And from what I understand, it's the same actress that played Lady J in the last movie, which was the most horrible choice. I mean, she's hot and all, and that's fine, but that's not Lady J. The Storm Shadow will be a Walgreens exclusive. Will it? Is that like? I hope not, because Walgreens doesn't around here doesn't get very much for their exclusives. They get one or two at a time. You mean you didn't like the Michael Bay Explosions movie? 9 hours of explosions with Mark Wahlberg running around trying to believe that he actually cares about that stuff was just, I didn't care for it. Me too, Joe, locally though. What's up, FL Sears? Wyatt Eisberg. What's up, man? Yeah, we got all the FL Sears in the house today. Odds of a Ram motorcycle for classified figures. I don't know. It would. I think they need to get everything situated with a consistent flow of these figures, so they're not so hard to find, and then come out with with the vehicles. I mean, you can, if you're hard up for a vehicle, you can go to Walmart and buy a HISS tank and put it in the back of the shelf, and that kind of might work for now. And I'm kind of thinking about getting that HISS tank. I'm sure everyone's seen that at Walmart. But as far as a scaled out version, I've never heard of anything. I'm sure if as long as the classified line doesn't get abandoned, which I don't see why they would do that, it would just be bad business. I'm sure that we'll end up getting some vehicles at some point, but I'm just hoping that they start coming out with all the figures on a regular basis and enough of them. Whatever might be holding it up, I hope it gets ironed out. Thought I would drop in and say, hey, what's up, Wyatt? You find anything today? Anything good out on the hunt? I used the Captain America motorcycle for my Joes. Is that the like the one where he looks like from like the 40s with the not the round shield but that other one? They should start with the original G.I. Joes. I think they need to come up with a plan. McFarlane has a lot of stock on the shelves. Why does G.I. Joe Hasbro don't? It's $1 million question. Cover Lover Comics. Thanks, Joe. Yo, Joe. Oh, the Vipers? Where have I seen those? If you go into your Google and type in G.I. Joe classified Vipers and then hit shopping, they should come up. I can't do it on my computer or my phone right now because they're both in use. But yeah, I've seen them around $28 to, I think the highest I've seen them was $35, which is still, I mean, I don't particularly like paying more than $20 for a figure. That's why I don't get into Figuarts and Mezco and God forbid Hot Toys. I mean, I would love to get that stuff. I'd love to have some Mezco and that kind of stuff, but I stick to more $20, and then when you get the collect to build figures from the DC Multiverse, I'm willing to pay $25 for those. And luckily, with the Bane figure, you only had to buy 4 figures for that. So, but I mean, considering the Baroness is like $200 on eBay and Cobra Trooper is too, $35 for a Viper probably isn't that bad. And I've gotten lucky with the 2 Vipers that I have, and that's, I mean, I know a lot of people would like. I mean, we'd all like to have like an army, like a dozen troopers and a dozen Vipers, but I got 2 of the Vipers, so I'm pretty grateful for that. I'd like to get some of the infantry troopers because I don't have any of those. Nothing this morning. I will probably go hit a few places this evening. See, everybody needs a Wyatt that goes out hunting so he can tell you if there's something out in the wild or not. Because I get out quite a bit. I went to the same darn Walmart and Target yesterday twice, and I did find a few things, but I can't get out to the stores every day. When you got buddies out there that are doing the same thing, that are like-minded, that are toy hunters, that let you know, that's awesome. I really appreciate that, Wyatt. Use the Punisher motorcycle for your Zartan. I am not taking my Punisher off his motorcycle. Maybe for a picture. Problem with big companies is they plan so far ahead, minimum 12 to 18 months, probably for us to start seeing them on shelves if they decide to make more figures on future waves. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, it's not like unless you only collect G.I. Joes, which I think very few collectors out there are only collecting those. We have so many figures to pick from. It's not like we're going without, 6-inch figures. I mean, I've bought bought a few $100s worth just in the last couple of weeks. I mean, but it'll be nice when they're. I really feel like they'll be coming out in abundance eventually. All figures in Canada are over $30. But is that a tax thing? Do you have to pay taxes like you do in the US and Canada? Why it says I got the SH Figuarts Fat Thor $85 later. Yeah, I just got the regular. I just got the Marvel Legends thanks to my good friend Ben. He needs a can of beer in his hand or whatever he was drinking in Endgame. I want to know, what Marvel Legend movie have you watched the most out of all? Was it 23, 24 Marvel Legend or MCU? Not Marvel Legends, my bad. MCU movies. MCU. Which movie out of all of them has everybody seen the most? Mine is Endgame. I probably watched that more than any other of the movies. It may be the original Iron Man, but I think Endgame. Beer, why it says. Have you heard anything about Redco on the Target exclusives? I haven't. BC says, do you collect NECA figures? I do. I got a bunch of NECA figures. I got, in the video that's coming out today, I have a few different piles of figures that I want to open up. I'm going to do an unboxing, and I want everybody to tell me in the comments which pile of figures that they'd like to see me open up first. And one of them is some turtle stuff, and I haven't opened any of my turtle stuff except for my one Super Shredder, and then the cartoon Shredder and Leonardo and the Krang. But like the movie stuff, those are NECA. I have all the horror movie classic guys, Jason and Freddy and all them. I got those. I started collecting those at the end of last year, and I just the only one that I don't have is Ghostface. I think are the ones that I want. But like I got Chucky and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then I got a Predator and Terminator and an Alien, NECA. I just wish NECA did a better job on their figures and they didn't bust so easily. The Hunter. Are you enjoying your quick kick? Is the figure very articulated? I am sure they will make a classified version. He was a popular character. Some Walmarts are getting the new Black Series wave. Yeah, I think I've taken this out 3 times now. But this will be my next review. Is a quick kick. He's awesome. You know, the most awesome thing about this is somebody subscribed to my channel, watched my video, realized that Quick Kick is my favorite G.I. Joe, or recognized that my connection to him, went through the trouble, used his talent to make this, made this badass custom case, and sent it to me. I mean, that's pretty cool. You know, I'm so grateful for Figurehead for doing that. Even puts in these like weapons and stuff down there. I mean, that like something like this, that really means a lot to me. And I've never met this person. I don't know what he looks like. But here I have a very awesome custom, you know, it's pretty much a G.I. Joe. I mean, it's not technically a G.I. Joe classified, but it's a G.I. Joe classified. Hopefully 2021 will be the year of Peg Warmer classified Joes. Maybe in December. Who knows when we're going to get these darn things. But I don't lose any sleep over it. You have anything about Radical Targets? No. I don't. Infinity War, so many times. He says, Rhino Hobby says Iron Man. Seen out of all the MCU movies, which movies have you seen the most? Rhino Hobby said Iron Man. Wyatt said Infinity War so many times. Stephen Wilcox said probably Ragnarok. That's like one of the best MCU movies. It's so funny. Infinity War and Endgame, Ragnarok, Ben Carter, the first Avengers movie. Yeah, probably. I guess I might have seen the first Avengers movie more times than Endgame. Probably. I was I actually we had a nice room when my son was born, and it had a TV, and I brought a DVD player, and I had, and this was 2012, so it had just came out on DVD. I had the movie, the first Avengers movie, playing in the birthing room as his mom was in labor. And I was also watching before that and after that the original Superman movie, and I just had as all encompassed of superheroes. He was born into into this life, into this world. I actually have, is it in here? I put my son in the Superman colors when he was born. I have a picture of it somewhere in the original Superman movie when they put Kal-El in the ship to send him off. He was put in those that material that turned out to be his costume. And so I went and got the silky fabric, and they placed him in these colors, just like when they placed the baby Kal-El to be shot off to Earth. And that's my son in the colors. That's how hardcore we are. We got the red and the yellow and the blue there. And that was the day that my son Alex was born. So I will be showing that picture and telling that story to the first girl that he ever brings home to embarrass the hell out of him. The first Avengers, Ben said, I'm with Wyatt. Infinity War, The Hunter 49. Wyatt said, I have watched the Justice League Snyder Cut 3 times so far. I thought I was crazy about it. I've watched it twice, all 4 hours, 2 times. I love it. I hope they keep going. Who knows if they will? I know that there's rumors and all kinds of weird stuff about it. But if they keep keep going with that story with the Snyderverse, I'll be a-okay with that. I loved it. The music choices were, but I don't focus on that. Everything, I loved it. Entertainment Earth has an exclusive unmasked Batman for Justice League. Oh, Ben says Entertainment Earth has an exclusive unmasked Batman. Hunter, it's because you are putting out great content and positive vibe to the collecting community. Thank you. DJ Tag says, I love pre-orders. Forge, thanks for the live stream. I'm looking forward to your next video. Awesome. Thank you, Forge. The Punisher movie is my most watched Marvel movie, except Spider-Man. Seen them all tons of time. Spider-Man is my favorite. Which Spider-Man? I personally think the Spider-Man, Tom Holland, I think he's been the best Spider-Man. Now, we all have a sweet spot for Tobey Maguire, and that's when we got our first real Spider-Man movie. But I think Tom Holland, I think so far he's the best. I like his version. He looks more like a kid, and I think he's a great actor. And he's doing a lot of those flips and stuff. Not that that's really super important, but it's actually him in the suit doing a lot of that stuff because he's, mad crazy skills that way, I guess. But I'm gonna have to get out of here. We're going on 2 hours. Not that that's too long of a time, but I got to do my thing. But I'm really, really happy that so many people showed up, and I'm really grateful to see these names that I'm always seeing in the comments, and being able to actually talk to you guys live, and being able to get a bunch of the FLC here together. I've seen Daredevil on Netflix a few times too. Have you not watched all the Daredevil shows? The series, I think, was there three seasons of that? I hope that they bring him back. I know that there's rumors that he's going to be in the next Spider-Man movie and be Peter Parker's lawyer and all this stuff. But I hope that we haven't seen the last of that actor playing Daredevil, because I think he made for a really good Daredevil, and I think that was a great show. I liked all of them. I liked Luke Cage, and I liked they got to keep the Punisher. That's an awesome show. He makes a great Punisher. Hope they get all that figured out. Have a good day. You too, Ben. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Nice stream, Joe. Good times. Have a good evening, everybody. All right. Yeah, I will figure out what time works the best to do these on a regular basis, and I'm gonna get some like membership things together and do that whole thing. But thanks everybody for showing up. Have a great day. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. My hair is all crazy. I gotta figure out a better way to do this. But all right, FLC. We'll see you soon.